G'day everyone, welcome back to once again another subscriber's account review, and today we're going through DARX account. So this guy's a good friend of mine. He has an SVIP account. It's absolutely insane. So we'll go through his account. So his account is similar age to mine, so it's 2,325 days old here, and as you can see here, he has a 16% troop attack, which is a really good skin there. He has the KVK ones here, the 10% inf defense, 5% skill damage, resource production, and cav defense, and the action point recovery. And then of course he has the, I think it's 15k also skin here, which is really nice. And the most important, 16% trip attack, which is insane for KVK. We can go through his resources and speed up. So I believe he recently went through KVK, or he opened everything up just so he can have his resources ready. There's not much resources in the bag, but open he has more than enough for what he needs. And speed ups, he's slowly but surely getting this. So he has around 850 days ready to fight, including healing speeds. A little low on training speeds, but that's alright. I think with the Zenith coming up, he will trade in some of his research speeds and maybe some building speeds as well for some more training speeds. We'll go through his autark here. So 120 million units killed, which is really nice. Almost 7 million units lost, which is 70 million power, so that's quite a bit. And then 74 million units healed, which is really good. So almost 2-to-1 trades there. Good trades there. He's rated S in his kingdom, which is really nice. So his highest power is 163.8, which would probably be after Zenith. That's a really high power, which is good. So a good whale here. And 62 million dead, so it shows he's not afraid to lose troops, but it is a pretty old account as well. And plenty of help, showing he is very active here. So we'll go through his gear. This is his main infantry, which is really stacked. He's almost T5'd everything here. And then if he wants a garrison, he'll put on this Greatest Glory here. And you know, it's very solid. And then his pincer set is insane. And as you can see, he has a double inscription on a legendary, which, I don't know, his luck is just mental. 3.5% defense, so it's a really good inscription as well. And good rolls as well. I just can't believe he's extremely lucky there. And good rolls, yeah. And his second infantry, so as you can see, yeah, he runs 3 inf, 2 cav, and 1 archer. So I will pretty much run the opposite to him, where 3 cav, 2 inf, and 1 arch. This is his second infantry. Really solid. A lot of crits and all T2, which is good. So he gets the extra health ignored and all the extra little stats there. And T2 here, so I think he might be critting this later, but we'll see. We'll go through all the advice I'll give him soon. And good inscriptions here, and a few low rolls here, but you know, still really good. He chose the march speed over attack, which is pretty solid for infantry, especially for the field march. This one here is his main cav gear, I believe, and he has 4 crits, as you can see here. He has the KVK weapon and helmet, and then he's running the 2-piece for the extra troop health. And it looks like he's attempted to crit this, but unluckily got 50%. But a few tier 2s on the crits and 3s, which is the most value you can get, because you get the extra +1 stats for being crit. And then really solid delta set, Thrasher with pretty good mid rolls there, and Determined. And Warhunger is alright, but obviously you would rather Causative or Butterfly, but Warhunger is really good for now. And we go to his only Archer March. He's got tier 4 boots for the extra march speed, which is lovely, and he has a 2-piece leadership set for the extra troop defense. And then he has a 4-piece Dragon's Breath for skill damage and troop attack, which is really good. And again, a few more tier 2s, and a Pendant of the Eternal Night, which is perfect for QSH. And then a pretty insane skill damage set. I believe he got this before QSH came out, so it does hurt to have this on Archer and not being able to use it, because he has really good rolls for it as well. So I probably wouldn't bother swapping it, because you might get a the next archer commander may or may not use this, and because it's really expensive to swap over and swap back over. And furthermore, we are getting a new skill damage formation, so possibly once balance gets swapped over, it could be more useful on the new formation, have more useful stats there, if that makes sense. But yeah, really, really solid there. As his second cavalry, he has 1 crit on his helmet and then a few T2s here. He's running the 4-piece set, or he has 5, but the 4-piece, actually counterattack. And then really solid inscriptions, just unlucky rolls, or he's just still working on it. And then this is his last infantry, which is solid base set. You know, he has a crit and he's running the 4-piece as well for the extra march speed, which is lovely. And really solid for this. Yeah, and then looks like he's working on GG for his upcoming KVK here. And so before we get into his review, you know, and what I think he should improve on, we'll go to one of his farms and review his farm, because we haven't done that yet. We'll see how he set up his farm and how he could possibly improve his farms here. So this is one of his main farms, which is in the main alliance here. And it is a little high, not super high power, but pretty high. So it only has 5 million troop power, so pretty good. 19 million no troop power. So I have a look at his academy here. So he's done really good thing here, is max out the economic tech, which is good for, you know, farming. However, this is where it hurts, where I've made this mistake many times, I'm sure many other people have. With your first farms, a lot of people do this, where he's leveled up all these, or not all of them, but a few of the war tech, which isn't ideal. So especially if you're not using it for like army troops or army groups here, probably ideal, keep this at level 3 and don't bother upgrading these at all, just to lower your kingdom power overall here. It looks like he's just, you know, having a good. This is an infantry barbarian gear he can use whenever he wants. And then I'll probably recommend as well just, you know, making a little bit more gathering gear, because every percentage does add up here. And then yeah, so he has pretty much even resources to gathered, which not ideal. However, he has about maybe 1.4, 1.5 billion resources ready to go, so that number will change. So we'll head back over to his main account, and I'll discuss how he can possibly improve. So for his main march and his gear in general, I believe, this is what he wants to do. He wants to finish this march out and, you know, all T5, which is ideal, so he can rally garrison and, you know, trade as best as possible, which is fine with that. However, I would probably remove the ring and add in the greatest glory, you know, to make sure this march is as best as it can be. And you can't really improve these armaments whatsoever until you get, you know, a legendary inscription here, but for now this is just insane. For here, you can't, you know, we can't work on this as of yet. We still got to wait till you finish this, but, you know, this is really, really solid for now, because if once you max this, you just want to pretty much even it out to make sure all of them make an impact. However, for the armaments, what I would do, I would probably change hard-headed, because this one for now only, you know, does 4% combo attack damage resistance, which is only combo, so it doesn't include ranged skill damage or pincer damage or smite damage. So I would probably change it to, we'll have a look here at the codex. So pretty much to almost anything else really. So, you know, spiked for the extra attack, or health, not cleanser, but 1.5 normal damage, even, or war flames as well, which is really good. But over time, that's what I would do. I would change this to one of those common inscriptions, which you don't happen to have right now, but over time you will. That's because this doesn't have heaps of value in the field compared to some other common inscriptions at the moment.
No knight who sitteth at my table is
There's really no issues with this set at the moment. This is really, really solid. You know, as when you finish the infantry set, slowly level this up, you know, and it'll slowly get better and better. But overall, crits are really, really nice here. And then, only thing I would change for the armaments is aim to get causative here. So I believe you may have some more here. You don't. But whenever you get another rare here, 100% swap it over to your Arthur and get another causative for your Delta. And then, as I said for this, don't change it just yet, because we just got patch notes released and we are getting a new skill damage formation, and hopefully balance is more useful on the equivalent inscription over there. So we'll swap that over there, and then, you know, you'll be cooking over there. You can't really improve this, same as before. You just got to wait till you finish your infantry set. And then for this one, what I would do, because at the moment you're a 5 out of 6, which is really not very useful, because, you know, you should either get 6 out of 6 for the extra cav defense, or ideally, this is just small optimizations here, you can craft here for the you can craft Navarre's control, which you have plenty of blueprints for the 8% troop health compared to 7.5 defense. So the extra health would be very nice, because at the moment this extra set piece isn't doing anything for you at the moment, because you'll get an extra 0.5% of health, and this won't change at all because you're only 5 out of 6. That's what I would do anyways. And for your inf, nothing really needs to change here. You've set us out really nicely, and good rings and lots of horns here. And yeah, obviously, as time goes on, for sure swap this over to Pincer, just so it does more damage, and destructive will become toppler and, you know, do more damage and have more of an effect, if that makes sense. And then we'll go over his marches as well to see if there are any ways he could improve. So he has 6 marches, as you guys know. He runs 3 infantry, 2 cav, and 1 archer. So his archers, you know, as best as it can be for the moment, and his infantry is pretty much the best layout you could have, I would say, currently. Sun Tzu William Wallace is really good. BQ with Philip, you know, probably won't trade very well, but the Philip buff is just going to be insane, and Leader Alex will probably trade decently as well. And for his cav, for my opinion here, Arthur William isn't great. It's very squishy and it doesn't do an insane amount of damage. So I haven't quite tested it heaps, but I have suggested to him to possibly change it to Attila Achilles and then Arthur GG. Not many people use Arthur GG since it's nowhere near as good as Achilles GG, but Arthur William is just not in meta right now, not very ideal commanders and set up pairings there. But overall, he has a really, really good account, and hope you guys enjoyed watching. And if anyone else has an account you would like me to review, reach out to me in the comment section and we can sort something out. So before we go, make sure to like and subscribe, and hope you guys enjoyed. Appreciate it.